So I've been following this movement in India for a few weeks, and it's fun to watch it. The movement is Speak Up, and it was a movement that was started to empower women, but not to empower women like most people think. It's actually to empower women into business, so that they can, help the community and help people. A lot of great ideas and things of that type of thing. Well, at first it was for women, and now it's more of a human thing, and people realizing their dreams on the human side. And so it's interesting because about a year ago, no, I'm going to say about 2 years ago, I told the first person that I'm going to take on Amazon. And it was hard for somebody to believe, I believe, 2 years ago. Most people would, because you're literally saying that you want to be the richest man in the world. I don't want to be the richest man in the world. That's not what it's about for me. It's about building something. And so at first, all I did was sell containers. And our company was growing so fast, literally so fast. Our first year we sold about 3,240 or so containers. Our second year we sold 4 times that. And that 4 times is about 5% market share of all used containers there are. Every container that we sell that's used, we save 1.8 tons of CO2 emissions. It's huge, it's awesome. And it helps a lot of people through the process of how we do it. And so I needed more containers. And so through needing more containers, I thought to myself, man, I got to get more products in here. So I started a little product company, and I started importing some products through trade, and that started coming in, and that brought in more containers to markets I needed them. And so then I thought to myself, interesting. Okay, so now I'm doing trade, and I'm bringing some containers into products I need, and so I need even more products. And this is when the idea started that I'm going to take on Amazon. I just started thinking, man, I'm going to take on Amazon. It's the only thing that makes sense. And Amazon really is 4 things. And I would do my research. Amazon is people, it's platform, it's distribution, and it's products, right? And I needed the products. I had the distribution in the containers. The people are like the agents, and it's so easy when you're teaching somebody and you're putting your all into other people, and literally you're developing people, and it's exactly what God would want you to do. You reap what you sow, and you sow that into others, and through that, it's just natural, right? So then I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm going to need a little bit of better distribution, because if I'm going to take on Amazon, I got to be able to deliver same day Prime within 2 hours or 4 hours. And so how can I do that? How can I do that with as many markets as they have? And so I went out and I studied it, and I found something called container on barge. Hasn't been done since 1983 on the longest stretch of river. And so last December I did it with $120,000, and people have invested over $200 million into the river project. 200 million. And I did my first setup and run with 120,000. And we have now since talked to Murad and a lot of people that are invested in this idea. And before, everybody had a problem. And the problem was repositioning. Equipment would pile up in certain markets, and there'd be a repositioning problem. Well, our idea solved the repositioning problem. Not only did it solve the repositioning problem, but it also solved that people would use those containers for recyclable purposes, saving tons of CO2. They would do it for building projects, sustainable building projects. They would do it for storage products or what else, that they would otherwise build farms or sheds or developments for cement or whatever else it might be, which is harmful causes, right? So not only are we saving all of that, but we're giving an opportunity. Right now in America, the number one growing thing in all of America is e-commerce. The refund part of e-commerce is also hard, about 12% loss they estimate right now. And so in the US right now, there's about 9.7 trillion square feet of space. I believe it's trillion anyways, or it might be billion, but we create 200 million more square footage. If you go to JLL.com, they'll come up with all this for you. The average square footage of warehouse space cost per year is $5.75, and it goes up by 9% year over year for rental. And we're only producing 1/3 of the space that we need. So why not use containers for distribution? This is literally what I'm thinking. Why not use containers for distribution? And on the America side and the river ports, we can service 93.3% of the American population within one same-day service rate. And so as Amazon Prime raises the rate today to $119, and I look at the list of all the things that they offer, and I think to myself, okay, I can easily recreate music. I can easily recreate a book log. I can easily recreate, all these other added services they have. Literally, there's websites and books for people to buy, meaning books, catalog books of songs and everything else, and then you just rent them out to a market. I can easily recreate all of those things. And with Uber or Lyft or other services that are out there right now, I can easily deliver out of people's containers that manifest those systems directly to people's houses. And then after that container's empty, I have more containers to sell for my company that continues to grow and develop people, great people, refugees, people with disabilities, literally people with kids with disabilities that work from the hospital selling our products. How cool is that? So you think about it now, we're a people development company. That's all we started as, is a people development company. That's it. And so you think about all that stuff that it took to get where we are. And here's the biggest thing, as I share this story with people all the time, and they're always like, Aaron, why would you tell people exactly what you're gonna do? Because the big boys could catch wind of it and so easily recreate exactly what you're gonna do. And it's true, they absolutely could. But the thing is if that happens and one of them picks it up and wants to run with the idea, there's a dozen other people that are gonna come calling and say, hey, Aaron, we heard about your idea, and rather than build it like they did and waste all this money, we're just gonna buy into your idea. How about that? And help you do it, and then we'll be able to take on Amazon, Walmart.com, Target, all those guys, right? Or maybe none of them, and we just empower people, right? It's crazy to me that I read an article the other day that Amazon literally has people working for them, 490,000, and some of the people in some of their locations make less than average living, shall we say. And so you think about that, it's crazy to me, right? It's really crazy to me. We can't have that. We need people to speak up. We need people to start businesses. We need people to create, learn, motivate other people. So join the movement in India. Join the movement and speak up. And let's hear about your business ideas. Freely give them out, because there's dozens of people that will invest in your ideas, and there's always people that are out there competing. And you just have to be better than your competition, and more people will speak and stay with you as long as you stay better than the competition. That's all it is. Everybody have a good day. Bye.